Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fire Emblem. So last time we finally finished the tutorial. Um, Lynn's story is now finished, and I guess now the real game begins. I, I don't like saying that because it sounds really dismissive of Lynn's whole scenario, which was like a complete scenario, a rather lengthy one, honestly. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I've been playing this game for almost 9 hours, and that was all tutorial. Oh boy. Okay. Wowzers. 1 year later. Okay, so I do remember asking if there was going to be a time skip, and I guess I have my answer. Once, Dragon fought man in a war called the Scouring. That's right! There was like a whole intro sequence talking about an old war against the dragons. I completely forgot about that because of how zoomed in Lynn's scenario was. Is that gonna matter now, I guess? It has to, you wouldn't just make that up for no reason. Okay. Mankind vanquished the dragons thanks to the efforts of 8 heroes. These 8 mighty generals brought peace to Alib. The continent was divided into nations, and the people enjoyed an easy prosperity. The hero Hartmut settled in the east and founded Bern, famed for its military might. Saint Elamine moved west, and her sacred name flourished among the artisans of Etruria. The horseman Hanan's legacy lived on with the nomads of his beloved plains of Sakay. The birthplace of the knight Berrigan is now home to the renowned knights of Ilia. The berserker Durban's final glory was to create a warrior's clan in the Western Isles. Okay, that's the first place I don't think I've heard of yet. Etruria, Bern, Ilia, and Sakay all came up during Lynn's scenario, but I don't remember anyone ever mentioning the Western Islands. The Archsage Athos is said to have retired to the barren wasteland of Nabata, another place I do not recognize the name of. The heirs of the champion Roland themselves became the lords of the Lycian League. Alib has enjoyed a peace that spans 980 years. How much longer can this peace stand before its foundations begin to crumble? Deep within the Lycian League lies Foray, a land that has known no conflict for many generations, but which now finds itself touched by a shadow of unease. Its beloved and benevolent ruler, Lord Elbert, has mysteriously vanished. Is that Eliwood's father? As have a number of his sworn men, loyal knights who serve at his side. A month has passed without word from the Marquis. Rumors of his death abound. However, the Marquis's son believes his father lives, and he has vowed to find him. Marquis Foray's son, Eliwood. A red-haired youth who will one day become the finest knight in all of Lycia. His long journey begins here. Chapter 11. Taking Leave. Who's this? Lord Eliwood, we leave on your word. I see. Thank you, Marcus. Oh. Mother, it's time for us to go. And I would promise that you will return to me safely. I'm worried about your father, but if anything were to happen to you, my heart could not bear that sorrow. I know, Mother. Please do not worry. Father is alive. I know it. I vow that I will find him and return him to your side. I have your word, then. Yes, of course. Isadora, I entrust my mother to you in my absence. Yes, my lord. I will guard over her well. Mother, I will return. Rest easy. Well, Marcus, it looks like it's just the two of us. Not so, my lord. My man Lowen will be traveling with us. Lowen? That's reassuring. I've sent him ahead to the village. He hopes to seek out a few able men who are skilled at arms. Normally, I wouldn't venture forth without a larger company, but I bow to your will on this matter, Lord Eliwood. I'm sorry, Marcus, but I would rather not deprive my mother of even a single guard. The best knights in the realm disappeared with my father. If anything were to happen to my mother while I am gone, I understand, my lord. What's keeping Lowen? Oh, that is... Is this guy evil? We've all heard that the Knights of Foray have vanished, right? Well, your misfortune is my good luck. I have an announcement to make. As of now, this village is mine. Oh boy, how do I pronounce that? Grozny? Grozny. Why would you follow up a Y with an I? What purpose does that serve? I'm gonna go with Grozny. Grozny is your new liege. Also, I feel like I have just like one voice for bad guys at this point. Now bring every last piece of gold down to the smallest fleck. Lord Eliwood, Co-Commander Marcus, Lowen, calm yourself. A knight must be in control at all times. The village is under attack. It's bandits. What? Bandits? Here? Are you sure, Lowen? This girl has more details. Oh, we have a new archer. My Lord Eliwood, I'm the daughter of the village magistrate. My name's Rekka. The bandits came without warning. They're stealing everything. I beg you, please help us. I see. Marcus, Lowen, we must aid the village. Yes, my lord. Rebecca, stay here and keep out of sight. If it pleases you, my lord, I would rather fight. I hunt almost every day, and I have some skill with a bow. Is that so? Very well, but be careful. Yes, my lord. Lord Eliwood, one more thing. There is another in the village who has offered to help. A traveling tactician who was staying at the inn. A tactician? Yes, my lord, this is Skoops. He conveniently does not have a sprite because he's supposed to be a player avatar. Skoops. Do you know this person, my lord? Yes, I met Skoops during the trouble in Caelid last year. I'm surprised he remembers that, considering we met 2 times, extremely briefly, and he was primarily focusing on Lynn at the time. But you know, maybe he's got good memory. I don't know. Or maybe he remembers tacticians. A fantastic military advisor, if memory serves. You didn't witness anything, really. I mean, maybe he talked to Lynn about things after we defeated Lundgren? But otherwise, I'm not sure. Well, you know, yeah, that I would believe. I would believe that he has kept in contact with Lynn since then. Since I believe Eliwood said that, Foray and Kaylin are pretty close. If not for Skoops, the Marquis of Kaylin and his granddaughter, Lynn, might not have survived Lundgren's uprising. What brings you to Foray, my friend? We have no dialogue. Still traveling about, honing your skills? Of course, a worthy pursuit. Let's give thanks to Providence for our chance reunion. We have need of your aid. Please lend us your skill. I don't know. It's been a year. Oh wow. We're just going right into it, and we have a new like theme. Okay. Well, what are we working with here? So you can use swords and lances. A knight in service to House Foray, a fresh recruit. Well, I mean, he's level 2, so it's not too bad. Determines compatibility with other units. I still don't know what that means. That was never talked about in the entirety of Lynn's scenario. I get that there are different affinities. I just don't know what the compatibility thing actually means. Unless it has to do with how much damage you take from, like, spells or something. I don't know. Anyway. So, okay, let's take a look at Rebecca. A youth from Foray, very helpful and bright. It's only level 1. Eliwood has a rapier. Oh, he can only use swords. No, wait, that makes sense. He's a lord. Of course he can only use swords. Duh. Marquis Foray's young son. Just and honorable. Also only level 1. Ooh, we have a paladin! Ooh. Oh, cool. Oh, that means he's gonna take forever to level, though, right? A paladin serving House Foray. A skilled veteran. Okay, so... that's fine. So we've got... standard axe wielder. Fantasy, okay, that's the same as it was before. Grozny. I already forgot. A Kaylin bandit attacking villages for money. So, we've got almost entirely axe wielders and 2 archers. Okay. Anything else? I mean, we've got a village. Well, seeing as Lowen is the one who's level 2, I'm kind of thinking I'm not going to prioritize him as much. Well, maybe I should, because this guy's already a paladin. He's the one who honestly needs the least levels. Yeah, I think... how far can you move? Okay, you can move up there, you can move up there. Alright, so I'm gonna put you here. Hiya! Then Lowen can go up here, attack with your sword. I just realized you have a javelin, which could be long range, so I'll need to remember that. Then send you up here to finish this guy. Very good. And then you... oh, you can actually move a bit further ahead. Well... Okay. I think I'm gonna put you here. As much as I would like to move you further, I feel like if I put you in either of these two spaces, this guy is just gonna go into the fort or into the forest and become more difficult to hit. So I think this will work, and I want to make sure you're equipped with your sword. Which I think you already were, but that's fine. Nice! Oh, you hit hard. And double attack. Yeah, you're definitely going to be one who levels so low for experience. Yeah, I'm not going to try to level you right now. I think... Oh, who? Hey, Dorcas! And I'm not sure who this other guy is. Look, Dorcas, can you believe it? It's just like that knight said. That's Lord Eliwood. So it seems. What's he doing? Hey, he's taking on those bandits. Protecting innocents? That's a right lordly thing to do, isn't it? Right, Dorcas? You talk too much. The lording needs our help. The lordling needs our help. Right. Leave these mountain weaklings to me. How do I pronounce that? Barter? Because that's a word. Which is not spelled like that. Bartray? I don't want to call him Barter because that just sounds dumb. But there's no like little accent mark over the E, so I don't know if it's Bartray. You know, we're just gonna say Bartray. I'm Bartray the Brave. Okay, so we got 2 axe wielders. So you have an energy ring. Wait, he doesn't have any of the stuff I gave him! No! I'm sorry, that took me a moment to process. I was so distracted by the fact that he had the energy ring, when I'm positive I gave the energy ring to Kent at the end of the last episode, which means, oh man, does that mean none of the equipment stays? So the energy ring from the previous scenario is lost forever, and I lose out on those stats? Ooh. Oh, I don't like that. I might have to reload one of my older saves and redo the final battle against Lundgren just so I make sure I use that energy ring. Yeah. At the same time, that was a really difficult fight, and I kind of don't want to do it over again. And, I mean, the energy ring is only like 2 points, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just really, yeah, because Dorcas had the hammer, and he had a hand axe, which now Bartray has. And, yeah, well, he also didn't have a steel axe, I don't think. Did he? I thought he had an iron axe. Yeah, he definitely had an iron axe. Okay, whatever. Let me just... Sorry, I got so distracted by that. Well, you're the one who needs more levels, so you can fight this guy. Then you can go... Well, wait, what's your movement range? Oh, okay. And then yours is even less, technically. So, let me send you up here to finish this archer. Then you can go into the forest. Since I'm not really gonna have you do stuff, you can go up here and visit the town. Is Lord Elbert well? We've heard nothing but foul rumors hereabouts. All of Foray is worried for his well-being. We hear tell that Lord Eliwood is going to find the Marquis. This dragon shield is our village treasure. It boosts the defenses of the one who uses it. Take it, please, and may it see you and Lord Elbert home safely. Got a dragon shield? How do shields work? Okay, so that is also a permanent boost. Ooh, okay. I kind of want to hold on to that until I figure out who I really want to give that to. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and have you just use this. And you wait. Oh, I just realized that. Oh. Okay, I thought for sure you were gonna go into these. Oh, you couldn't. Never mind. Okay, we're fine. So. Send you up here to attack. Very good. Is that an armory? Vendor. You just sell vulneraries. Okay, I don't need that. You still have another archer down there. I'm thinking... I kind of want to visit these houses. You cannot reach the houses, though. So instead, I will send you here to draw fire away from Eliwood. I will send you up here to do some extra damage and get some experience. All these, yeah, all these. Okay, not all the bandits are level 1. Never mind. Then you can go over here and finish this guy. Alrighty, and then I'm just gonna have you guys visit the houses. There's a young traveler Wait. There's a young traveler been staying with the magistrate. That's an interesting dialect? There's a young traveler... Wow, why is this so hard for me to read? There's a young traveler been staying with the magistrate. Been staying in the village for a few days now. I know you're thinking it's just another good-for-nothing courtier looking for a handout, but there's something more to this one. Those eyes, they miss nothing. Got a mission that one has. So, I need to be on the lookout for someone, I guess? You've got some skill with weapons, but do you understand weapon levels? The more you use a weapon, the more skilled you become. Still, you can only reach the highest level with a single weapon. But to look at you, I think it'll be a while before that happens. Wow, rude. So that was interesting. You can only reach max level with one weapon? Why? Is that just like... Okay, let me... let me pay attention to what's happening, and then I'll get back to that. Although, looks like things are going pretty smooth. Okay, so let me look at this. So, with someone like Eliwood, he only has one weapon type, although presumably he can class upgrade to something else. So let me try. Okay, so Marcus has swords, lances, and axes, and he's at A rank for sword and lance, and B rank for axe. So if I get his sword to what I'm assuming is S rank, does that mean that the lance will just like stop gaining proficiency and it will never be able to get to S rank as well? But like the axe meanwhile will continue to gain points to become A rank? Is that how that works? Or is it more that like they're just you know, I'm gonna just make that assumption that once one weapon type gets to rank S, all the other ones are prevented from ever getting to rank S. They will cap at A. That is my guess right now. So, yeah, I'm gonna hold on to that dragon shield because I'm kind of getting a feel for like who my tank is. I mean, like I'm kind of tempted to just give everything to Dorcas and just make him stupidly tanky, because I already gave him the HP boost and the strength boost. But I'm not going to do that right now. I will hold off on that. I don't want to make any like rash decisions here. Go ahead and finish this guy off. Thank you, Eliwood. Cool. Then you can finish this guy off. Yes. And level 3, right? Yeah. Okay, you got defensive stuff. That is good. I would like defense. Let me send. Actually, you know what? I think I've just decided. I'm just gonna make Dorcas the tank. That's just what we're doing. All right. What is your movement range? Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna put you here. And you will go there. Wow, okay. They just decided, no, we're not taking that bait. What if I put you here? I really want to bait them. Then we'll start sending you down here. That. I send you here. I send you there. Now you gotta move. Okay. Nice. Okay, so you should be able to handle this guy. Aw, 1 HP. That's fine. you, let me... No. Look up here. You do the attack on this fella. Nice. And then, Dorcas... I'll move you ahead, and Eliud can finish this guy. Because Dorcas doesn't really need experience. He's already level 8. He's the highest level character I have right now. That was not a great level, Eliud, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. I don't know, put you over here. And I want you to snipe, please. What is this? A pack of children coming to play? You think you can challenge me? What? Varian Knights? That's impossible. Alright. I don't like you being in the forest, though. Oh, but it didn't matter. I assume that weapon advantage kind of trumps, like, the evasion bonuses you get from terrain. I'm not entirely positive about that, though. Let me send you down here. Let me try sending you up to do some attacking. And you missed. Oof. You attack again. You're not doing a lot of damage, but you are getting experience for every hit, so I think it is still worthwhile. I'll leave Dorcas on standby. I don't think I'm going to need him, but like, just in case, I guess. And I'm gonna leave you on standby. Okay, so we're gonna have Bartray pull back. You can stay at the fortress. Let me have you attack again. And you missed. Well, you tried. And Eliud, you will maybe finish him. Crit? Cool. I thought my luck was finally turning around. Aw, so close. Well, Eliud's the only one who can seize, right? So, I guess end turn. Ah, you would be Lord Eliud, yes? Our deepest thanks for coming to the aid of our fair village. Think nothing of it. It's our Lord's duty to protect the citizenry. Would that were true, my lord. The good folk of Laos know no such protection. Their Marquis, Lord Darren, is too busy preparing for war. He ignores all complaints of bandits and thieves. Preparing for war? Are you sure? I would not lie, my lord. My brother lived in Laos until a few days ago. His home was torched, and He had no choice but to flee here. According to him, Laos could go to war any day now. It's all the people of Laos are talking about. Lord Lywood, if this is true, the situation is a grave one. If Marquis Laos is readying for war, his target is most likely another Lycian territory. Perhaps this is connected to Lord Elbert's disappearance. My father and Marquis Laos? It seems a tenuous connection, but it's as good a start as any. Let us travel to Laos. We must learn more. Thank you for your guidance, Skoops. Where are you bound for next? If you have no destination in mind, perhaps you could travel with us. Ours is a small group with a single purpose, to find my father. I do not know where our road will lead, but we would be stronger with you in our company. You will travel with us? Splendid. Thank you. I pray we give you no cause to regret your decision. Oh. Rebecca, where do you think you're going, young lady? Father, I intend to accompany Lord Lywood. Don't be ridiculous, girl. Lord Lywood is not going on a picnic. He's riding into danger. I know that, Father. That's why I want to go. We owe him our lives, and I want to repay him. My bow may not be all that much, but I know I can be of service. And, Father, I may meet up with my brother somewhere. You're the magistrate. You have responsibilities. This is all I can offer. I need to do this. Please, Father, let me go. Oh, dear me. You're just as stubborn as your mother was. I'm sorry, Father. You must bow to Lord Lywood's wishes on this matter. If he consents, you may go. Thank you, Father. Lord Elbert has always been kind to us. Follow his son with a true heart, Rebecca. Sword Lord Lywood well, as I have served his father. I will, Father. Oh, okay, well that was a little abrupt, but I'll make my save here. So that was a shorter chapter. I say shorter, it was still like 40 minutes. But you know, I'm gonna stick with my plan. I'm just gonna do one chapter to every session, because I know how long these can get. So if I were to keep going, this video might turn into like another 2-hour project, and I think I would rather avoid that if possible. So that is what I'm going to do. So we've got Lywood as our main character now. They did mention we'll meet Hector in chapter 12, so I'm curious what he's been doing. I'm still a little miffed about about the fact that Dorcas lost his whole inventory that I gave him, all that money I spent. Which I guess I don't have that money anymore either, huh? I didn't pay attention when I went to the shop. I'll have to double check when I review the footage if I have the same amount of money as before, or if I just have like a default amount. I don't know. But in any case, we have a new scenario. Looking for Lywood's father, the Marquis, Elbert, who has gone missing. And apparently war is about to break out in... I forgot the name of the place already. So I noticed this time we didn't cut away for like a meanwhile elsewhere with whoever our presumable big bad is, which I'm cool with. I think it's probably better to not introduce us to our main villain right out the gate. I would like to be left in the dark and kind of making guesses as to what's going on. Though right now we don't have enough information, I don't think. But I'm sure that will change very soon. I have a feeling maybe in the next chapter we'll get some pretty good information. I wasn't paying that much attention to the NPC I visited in the house, the first one, who was telling me about a character who was hanging around that I might misjudge or something. It was also difficult for me to parse what he was saying through the way his words were selected and articulated. But yeah, I'm gonna need some time to warm up to our new cast of characters. Eliud feels very similar to Lynn. They're both quite noble. I haven't got any sort of feel for our two, the Cavalier and the Paladin. I've already forgotten their names. I'm gonna need to see more of them, but at the very least, they are not sane, and so I'm inclined to like them more by default. And then obviously I like Dorcas. He didn't really get to do very much in Lynn's scenario. I'm kind of hoping we'll get a little more characterization from him. And I don't know who his colleague, I hesitate to call him a friend because I don't know that they necessarily knew each other before, Bartray. I don't know who this guy is or what his history is with Dorcas, if there is one, or if they just kind of met here. But I don't dislike him yet. And then we have our new archer, Rebecca. That's right, Rebecca. She seems fine. She seems to have more purpose in our party than our last archer, Will. Well, I mean, there was also Wrath, but then, like, I barely used Wrath. But Wrath at least had a reason to stick around, so, you know, I was fine with him. I still don't know why Will was, what Will's purpose was. I'm hoping Will get more, just more in general, more characterization, more narrative, more history. I want to know who this guy is and why he's in the narrative. Hopefully we will see him more often in the rest of the game. But for now, I think I'm done. So thank you for joining me for episode 11 of Fire Emblem. Join me for chapter 12, where we will meet Hector and maybe somebody else. I don't know. Hector's another axe wielder, right? Am I gonna have 3 axe wielders? That's so weird. I went from no axe wielder. Well, no, I went from having 1 axe wielder in Dorcas to just suddenly getting Wallace like at the very end of Lynn's scenario, and now I've already got 2. Plus my paladin who can wield axes but does not have access to one. I'm gonna have to buy him one at some point, I guess, or maybe I'll get a drop in the next chapter. I don't know. I'm gonna have a lot of axe wielders, and that's just weird. After the last scenario was primarily sword wielders, swords and lances, I guess. But yeah, I am talking too much, so I'm gonna leave now. Thank you. See you next time. Have a great day. Bye.